Aight, listen up. Let's not sugarcoat this. Let's not do the polite Wall Street handshake and fake confidence thing. Let's talk real. Straight. Raw. Like Ice Cube at a mic. With a beat made of market ticks and broken dreams. Because this ain't about motivational fluff, and it sure as hell ain't about get rich quick. This one's about pain. That sharp, gut-twisting, account-sinking pain that the market uses to baptize every trader who thinks he's ready. Yeah, you heard me. Pain is the truth serum of trading. And the truth? It's ugly, cold, and expensive. See, everyone comes into the market thinking they're a genius until pain knocks on the door. Everyone's a strategist until their stop gets slapped so hard their ancestors feel it. Everyone's zen until the red candles line up like a firing squad. Pain's the professor. The market is the classroom. And your tuition? That's your money, your ego, and your patience, paid in full. Now, I ain't saying you should love it. Nah, nobody loves pain. But you better respect it. Because that's the only way you evolve. That's how you turn from gambler to general, from reckless to refined, from hopeful to profitable. When you lose, your brain lights up like a damn Christmas tree. It hurts, sure, but that pain, that sting, that's data, that's feedback. That's reality checking you like, yo, you ain't as smart as you think. Fix your system, tighten your game, learn. You think the pros at StockForceOne got there because they were lucky? Hell no. They got scars, man. Scars from years of bleeding in the charts. Every shadow pattern they teach today came from pain, from trial, from failure, from staring at losses until they made sense. Danny Skill didn't just wake up one morning with the formula, he bled for it. The market don't reward arrogance. It rewards humility through pain. You see, most people run from pain. They hit a loss, delete the chart, blame the broker, curse the spread, and move on without reflection. That's like getting hit by a truck and saying, next time, I'll walk faster. Nah, fool. You gotta ask, why were you in the street? Pain teaches that. Pain's honest. Pain don't care about your feelings. It don't care about your plans, your goals, or your fancy motivational wallpaper quote. It comes in cold and says, you didn't respect the system. Now, let's get deep for a second. Pain strips you down. It removes illusion. When you lose money, the mask falls off. You can't hide behind optimism or bravado. It's just you, naked against the truth. And that truth? It's the mirror that every trader avoids. That's why the weak quit after pain and the strong build. The weak feel it and cry, this ain't for me. The strong feel it and whisper, show me where I slipped. You see, every losing trade contains a lesson, and every ignored lesson becomes a future loss. Pain is the market's way of repeating the same damn sentence until you learn the language. At StockForceOne, that's lesson number 1. Don't waste your wounds. When you lose, journal it. When you feel the sting, decode it. Was your entry emotional? Was your stop arbitrary? Were you trading what you thought or what you saw? Pain reveals those answers if you're humble enough to listen. Now here's what separates amateurs from assassins. Amateurs avoid pain, pros study it. They build systems that expect it. They accept drawdowns like soldiers accept scars, part of the mission. They don't ask, how do I stop losing? They ask, how do I learn faster from losing? That's the mindset that changes everything. Look, you can't numb pain in this game. You can't hack it. You can't manifest it away. Every time you click that buy or sell button, you're walking into the ring with probability. Sometimes you punch, sometimes you get punched. But if you can learn to analyze the punch, where it hit, why it landed, how you left yourself open, then every loss becomes leverage. That's the hidden law. Pain compounds too, just like interest, just like capital. Every time you survive a loss and learn something, you grow a little smarter, a little colder, a little sharper. That's how mastery's built. Not from wins, but from surviving the fire without losing your head. You ever watch how Danny Skill trades? He ain't chasing. He ain't emotional. He's calm. Why? Because he already lost enough to know how dangerous excitement is. He already learned that pain teaches discipline faster than any profit ever will. Pain turns you into a scientist. You start running post-mortems on your trades. You stop saying the market's rigged and start saying my process was weak. You start creating your own systems to avoid repeating mistakes. You develop that thing we call shadow vision. The ability to see beyond price, beyond hype, into structure. And once you get that, once you start respecting pain as part of the formula, you become untouchable. Not because you don't lose, but because you stop losing the same way twice. The market respects that. It respects consistency. You know what the real tragedy is? It ain't losing a trade. It's losing the lesson that came with it. That's like paying for a university class and skipping every lecture. You lost money and learned nothing. That's double pain for no gain. But when you learn from it, when you extract insight, when you build from the ashes, that's how you level up. That's when pain stops being punishment and becomes tuition. And yo, don't twist this. I ain't glorifying pain. This ain't some suffer to succeed nonsense. I'm telling you to use it. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. You decide what to do with the sting. You can let it drown you, or you can use it as a damn compass. Because here's the secret. Every great trader, every legend in this game, they didn't escape pain. They built an empire on top of it. You see, StockForceOne was born from the same cycle. Failure, study, rebuild, over and over. Until one day, the pain pattern revealed the truth. That markets move in shadows, not in the light of news or emotion. Those shadow patterns weren't luck. They were lessons carved out of losses. Pain forced innovation. And that's what I'm saying to you. Let pain sculpt your edge. You blow an account? Don't hide. Write it down. Log it. Every blown trade carries fingerprints of your weakness, your impatience, your greed, your distraction. Study them. Build countermeasures. That's what Danny Skill calls armor training. You get hit, you analyze the hit, and you reinforce the spot that cracked. Next time, you don't bleed there again. That's what separates the ones who last from the ones who vanish. See, people think success in trading means not losing anymore. Wrong. Success means you've learned to lose correctly. You lose small, you lose controlled, and you lose consciously. Each loss becomes a brick in your fortress of experience. The pain stops being personal. It becomes mechanical. It becomes part of your operating system. And once you hit that level, when you can look at a red candle and feel calm instead of panic, that's when you know pain did its job. Now let's talk about ego for a second. Pain's natural enemy is ego. Ego hates reflection. Ego hates admitting error. Ego says it was just bad luck. Ego says next time I'll be right. But pain laughs at ego. It don't negotiate. You can't argue with your equity curve. The market don't care about your narrative. The candle closes red whether you believe in it or not. Ego dies slowly, painfully, and that's good. Because every piece of ego you bury becomes a layer of wisdom. At StockForceOne, we teach traders to track their emotional data just like price data. If you felt anger, note it. If you hesitated, note it. If you traded revenge, note it. That's how you turn pain into pattern recognition. You start seeing the psychology that repeats before every mistake. You start realizing, damn, I lose when I'm bored. I lose when I force setups. I lose when I chase news. That's pain decoded. That's real education. Yo, here's something to tattoo in your brain. Pain reveals what profit hides. When you're winning, everything looks good. You don't question your methods. You think you're sharp. But when you lose, suddenly, every crack in your process shines like neon. Pain highlights weakness. And that's the opportunity. That's the moment you either evolve or evaporate. So here's the playbook. Next time pain hits, don't run. Sit with it. Analyze it. Ask it questions. Write a damn postmortem. What was my logic? Did I follow the plan? Did I size right? Did I get emotional? Then apply corrections immediately. Don't wait for confidence to return. Act while the memory's still raw. That's how you forge habit, pain, discipline, refinement. That's the holy trinity of trading. Everyone wants mastery, but nobody wants mentorship from pain. Everyone wants financial freedom, but nobody wants to face the discomfort that builds it. But here's the thing. Comfort don't teach. Comfort decays. Pain builds. If you never bleed in the small losses, you'll hemorrhage in the big one. Let pain be your teacher now, so the market doesn't have to humble you later. That's why the veterans move quiet. They ain't chasing thrills anymore. They ain't in chat rooms screaming to the moon. They've already been there and crashed. Pain made them professionals. You see, pain don't just teach you trading, it teaches you life. It teaches patience, control, humility. It teaches you that consistency matters more than emotion. It teaches you that revenge trading is suicide in slow motion. Every time you lose and don't spiral, that's victory. Every time you feel pain but still follow the system, that's growth. Every time you get humbled but come back sharper, that's mastery. That's how Danny Skill built the shadow pattern system, not from theories, from pain cataloged and decoded. Every trap, every manipulation, every fake breakout was first a wound, then it became wisdom. You don't reach elite level without scars. Pain's like gravity. You can't beat it, but you can use it. You can't escape it, but you can learn to move with it. So stop treating pain like punishment. Start treating it like feedback. Because once you flip that mindset, everything changes. You stop dreading the red days. You start studying them. You stop chasing validation. You start chasing precision. You stop reacting to loss. You start preparing for it. And you realize the market ain't cruel. It's neutral. It ain't personal, it's procedural. Pain ain't the enemy, it's the initiation. You gotta earn your peace here. Every level you climb in trading costs something. Time, money, ego, pay it. Don't whine. Don't look for shortcuts, because the pain you avoid today will cost double tomorrow. So next time the chart turns against you, don't panic, don't rage, don't spiral. Just say, okay, professor. Lesson received, then log it, study it, adjust, and step back into the arena smarter than before. That's how you build longevity. That's how you build strength. Pain is the gatekeeper to every real trader's success. And the ones who walk through that gate, calm, disciplined, scarred but standing, those are the ones the market finally respects. Pain is the toll. Discipline is the vehicle. Profit is the byproduct. That's the truth. That's the StockForceOne way. And if you ain't ready to learn from pain, you ain't ready to trade. Pain is the supreme teacher, not a slogan, a law of the market. And the sooner you stop fighting it, the sooner you start winning. Because in trading, as in life, the pain you study becomes the power you wield. And once you master that, nothing in the market can shake you again. That's the creed. That's the shadow code. That's StockForceOne. Stay sharp. Stay humble. And when pain knocks, open the damn door. Class is in session.